Welcome to the Finweek Daily Wrap. After a manic Monday where a stack of financial results came out, we've got a far more timid Tuesday. Japan was up quite significantly in the morning, China flat, Europe and JSE are trending lower, and we're all eyes are now turning to the US. On the local news front, I think everybody in the country is actually in shock. We've got Robert McBride being proposed as the head of the Independent Complaints Directorate. We know he's quite familiar with the IPD complaints system, but really this is just ridiculous. Before I get into the local news, I want to touch on something I wrote on Finweek.com this morning. Darren Healy's just been announced as the new Chief Executive Officer for Famous Brands. Now we know Famous Brands has been a fantastic investment, and we know a lot of the founding family have been cashing out during the last year, as has outgoing CEO Kevin Hedderwick. I have an issue though. Why should Darren Healy be cashing out at the same time that he's being appointed as a CEO? His interests need to be aligned with those of shareholders. Staying on retailers, I want to quickly jump to the Mr. Price interim results. These were solid and the share was up 2.3%. Headline earnings up 22%. One thing that really jumped out at me, everyone's excited about the announcement of MrP.com and how it's going to be able to revolutionize the business. Interestingly, they've opened their third and fourth stores in Nigeria, and one of the comments in the management commentary is that in fact this is no longer a test market for them, this is a real market for them to be exploring. Results we should be looking at today are those out of Coronation Fund Managers. These were fantastic. They absolutely shot the lights out once again. Assets under management up a mammoth 45% to 492 billion rand. That's an enormous number, but it's not sustainable. And even management has come out and said, you guys have to start tapering your expectations. They will not be able to deliver the same thing going forward. If you're a retail investor, take note. On the movers front, not a hell of a lot to look at. Markets are down a little bit, not really a hell of a lot in terms of shares that are jumping out at us. Things that we do notice, African banks up 7% after a huge sell-off yesterday. Finbond's just tearing up the screens at the moment. They're up 12%, another top mover on the day. We think this is just starting to get a little bit hyped. Maybe it's time to step back and take some profit off the table. If you're interested in trading and investing, don't forget tomorrow night Finweek and IG South Africa will be hosting their trading trivia night. We're pretty much fully booked for this, and I suggest following the trading trivia hashtag on Twitter to keep your eye on what's happening at this event.